everybody, it's Kathy with Plan Happy With Me, and if this is your first week here, welcome. This is a great time to find new content creators reaching out to the world to step up and say hi to them. Today we're going to be working in my vertical planner, which is my daily journal. It's also a big size twin loop planner. I really have come to love this planner, and I'm not going to be using it in the new year, so I'm hoping that isn't going to be a problem for me. We're accepting the challenge from Epic Plans 2, which is monochrome, any color, for the week of 11/13. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, I am on a mission to use my stickers. I have recently realized I have so many, I'm never going to be able to use them all, and it's time to weed it out and use the ones you want and get rid of the ones. So one more year and then they're all going to go away. Well, not all. The ones I'm going to keep, but the ones I need to go through, you get it anyways. Let's move on. So this is my color for this monochrome spread. Now I went through my book and a couple of books, and I found the colors. This pieces here were what I started with, and then I found a few more pieces in those same colors. So we're going to go ahead and use that as the monochrome. Then I found some boxes in the Mojo books that are really close matches. So we're going to try and see if we need some. I'm not sure about this color, but when you look at this sweater that says fall is here, these two are really close. There was one in here, but I closed the book. So this is too bright. So this is probably not going to work. But I think I was thinking the lighter color if I needed something. So I just pulled all three of these to give us a running start if we needed them. I do not work organically on the camera very well. I do a lot of swiping and changing, and it can get a little boring for you guys. So if I feel like it's not going smoothly, I will put you on hold and come back to you when I have a plan. So I always work whenever possible on my guides. They create glare, and for that I'm sorry. So hopefully we can figure out something here that is not glary. Now, you know what I didn't think about pulling was some washi. Washi might pull all of this together. Well, we'll see. Now this says rainy day weekend, so I'm going to put this on the weekend. I may regret this because it might not rain, and so then it says rainy day weekend, and what am I going to do with it? So I'm going to stick it over here. Now this is for a classic size sticker, so I'm probably going to put something with it, something decorative or playful. I don't want to use this one over here because I don't have very much that's gold. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave that there for a few minutes. And I really like this sweater. So I think, not sure how I feel about that together. Maybe. So this is my journal. So I use it literally. I write in it every day, whatever comes to my mind while I'm writing. And so if I'm struggling that day for some reason, then that's what I put on there. If today went really well, then that's what I put on there. So yeah, cozy vibes, fall you all. That's a quote. So let's try maybe this one here, and maybe this one down here. Maybe we'll move this. I don't have any more boxes, do I? So let's talk about putting this one here, because that'll bring up the gold from over here. You can put that there. I'm not sure I like that with that. That gold is gonna drive me crazy. So we'll see. Monocolor layouts are fun to do because you just look for that one color. I try not to do shades of that one color because then it's really not that one color, but sometimes that happens. You know, we just have to have a shade for it. I'm still not getting this here quite right. Yeah, I think this has to go, something else has to go here. So let's see. What if we did this and then we did this? Oh, Kathy, you just put that on top of that. Yeah. So if we do that, this is kind of an unusual color for fall, but clearly it's fall, y'all. That was what this was intended for. So we're gonna go up. Yeah, that's better. I really think we need some washing. I have this one stupid little sticker here. Unfortunately, it was the only one, so I can't like play with it and really get something out of it. I could cut it. And let's see how that goes. If we were to cut it, then we could make like a little crossover. We're gonna do that. I'm not sure this is the right color, so oops, I did that backwards. Okay, there we go. And we're gonna put this like here. Yeah, that could work. Oh, I have that sweater in there. I'm like, that sweater doesn't go in there. Like, why is that sweater in there? Okay, so that maybe could work. We could maybe go with that. I would have to adjust that a little bit, but that's what the guides just give me, an outline of what I'm looking for. And we're just gonna, oops, slide this down a little bit more. And yeah, it needs to come in more, but you get the idea there. Okay, so I have these three things that I want. Am I on that one? No. That I kind of want to do. What if we cover the rain boots? I'm wondering if we could cover up that rainy day thing. I have these two quotes that are in this color. It says crisp breeze, crunchy leaves, hot tea, and sweaters, please. This says love this, and this says grateful, thankful, blessed. So I'm really liking a lot of what this says. Of what I have, a lot of is quotes. So we can, that one has the lines going that way. So what if we were to put this one here? Oops, let's go down a couple layers so we can figure out how we want to build on this. Is that the bottom one? It is. Okay, so if we put that like that, and then what if we put this here, and then I'm thinking I have this one, which would hide that today. Let's see. I don't like this 4 thing here. That's not going to work for me. I'm not sure about okay. This one is got a start, but I'm not comfortable with all the quoties. Okay, so let's see what we can do here with some leaves. Maybe that's what this one needs. Okay, I'm going to take this off because even though it's the right color, it's not singing to me. I'm going to put you on hold and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back and I have 2 sides finished on my guide. So we're going to go ahead and lay them down. Hopefully the finished look looks I'm happy with, because I really struggled with this one, but I'm pretty sure I'm good to go. So let's just do that one more time. The guides, I do not pay attention to the markings on the guides. You can see this is a horizontal, and I don't use it that way. I strictly use them for layering. It would be better for me if they were blanks, but I'm totally okay with the lines that are on there. Okay, so we're just going to tack that down because I'm not sure if that's the right exact placement. I don't want it to end up behind something. Okay, so I am filming this very close to Halloween, and I'm hoping that everyone has some fun plans ready for that event. We live kind of in a rural area, so we don't get trick-or-treaters anymore, which really makes me sad. I don't know how you get to participate in what they call those trunk or treat things. I'm thinking about checking into that for next year so that I can talk to the kids and see all their fun costumes and kind of just pass out candy and be a part of Halloween. And so if I'd have thought about that little possibility earlier, I would have checked into it sooner. Okay, I think the spacing here is off. Yeah, spacing is off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, I can do that. Okay. All right. So, I know that a lot of content creators are very organic. You get to hear their thoughts and how they process things, and their videos are, 20 to 30 minutes long. I am new to YouTube, and I feel like if my video was 20, 30, even 40 minutes long, I would not get, and anybody would watch them. And so I kind of just said, you know what? You have to do you, Kathy. You have to do you. Now, this doesn't really take me all that long to create my spreads. Some people are like, well, will you spend an hour putting your spread together? I don't spend an hour. Some people might, and sometimes I do. It depends on my mood. If I want to play with my things and tinker with my things, then yeah, I might spend an hour putting my pages together. But for the most part, I just play with it until I get the look I'm looking for, the feel I'm looking for, and then I am happy with it. So sometimes, yeah, I move the same sticker like 5 times. Okay, so I got this one section done. I think we were quite not all the way there, and I had an interruption, so I apologize but you can see where I went here. Lots of layering, lots of different style of stickers, and it's still in that monochrome feel that I'm looking for. So now we're going to do this corner down here. This is a Mojo sticker, and her stickers do not like the guides sometimes, but they have only been on a few minutes, so I'm glad to see that came off really easy. Okay, I don't normally fill in the box because the size of the sticker is not important to me, but this one ended up being really close to the edge, so I said, well, we'll just fill in the box. And that'll give us kind of a base on where to start. So this kind of the Y needs to go here. Y, okay. And that looks pretty even there. So that looks good. I think that sticker is really, really cute. I'm just worried about this whole rainy day weekend thing. But I guess if it doesn't rain, we can just say, well, it was wishful thinking, right? I live in Central California and we just don't get, well, last year was an exception to the rule, but most of the time we don't get rain very much, and really not in November. If we get rain, it's going to be late December, January, February, maybe some in March. Okay, so I just layering here. I just want different sizes, overlapping, and just different. And it gives me 2 boxes, kind of, for sure, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. So that side is good. Okay, now this side, I struggled with this side, and I am going to shove this over just a little bit because I can put the guides over here on the side and not really get in your way, and hopefully it doesn't create very much glare. Okay, so this one, this is a Mojo sticker. We're going to stick it on the bottom of the line, kind of in the middle, and I want to put that little flower just behind that box. It's not even a flower, it's a leaf. And it was the only one I had, and it was in the right color, so I had to use it. And actually, I think I did use all of the stickers that I pulled. I don't think I have any that have to go back. So I'm just going to put this under here, just under the corner. I want most of it to show because that's the only one I have. Okay, now this one, I guess, is going to go right underneath it. Now, I like these stickers. I hear a lot of people don't like them. I wish they didn't have the lines so I could use it in different directions. But other than that, I like them. I like the different shape that they create. It's not just a square or a rectangle on my page. And I'm going to cover this because I don't want it to stand out when I do this piece. Okay, so the guides do make it easy for you to do a layout, and especially if you are like me and you have to move it a million times before you get what you want. So yeah. Okay, so now this today is, I could leave it, but I had this color sticker and I'm just gonna cover it because maybe it's not today that I want to talk about on that sticker. Okay, I had this color sticker, which is an arrow, kind of repeats that color up there. It's just slightly different, but it's going to be close enough to where I can use it. And then I really like this sticker. It has foil on it. I'm going to bump it up here, make it kind of the focus of this cluster. And then I don't know why I want to do this, but I kind of feel like I want to do this. 2 quotes together, cozy and cozy, not too sure I like that, but I needed something on this cluster, so I'm going to just say yes. Is it straight? Close enough. And then I do have this one little arrow here that I'm going to put just to fill in this corner, just so that it's not sitting there kind of naked. I like it. I like it. Okay, now we're going to come down to this one, and this was the piece I wasn't sure I wanted to keep. See, I have a little bit of foil in each section, so this is the piece I wasn't sure how to make it work. Well, I forgot that I had pulled this Fall Fun sticker. It's a monthly sticker, and I forgot that it was buried underneath, but it said like when and where and stuff, so I stuck a little box sticker, colorful box, inside of it, and then it just seemed to be the thing I needed to make this cluster come together. So we're just going to kind of put them right there. I'm thinking kind of like that. Let's see. Let's go up just a hair bit. Yeah, that's good. It's fall, y'all. Fall fun. And then we're going to put this leaf kind of right here like this. I think that looks kind of funny because that looks like his head. And it's not his head. So, but I'm not sure where else I would want to put that. And in the guide, that's where I had it. So, and I want to make sure it gets used because it's all I got. So, is that going to bug me? No, I like it better there than the head. So, there you are, ladies and gents. My spread for November 13 in my big twin loop vertical planner that I use as a daily journal. You guys have a great day. Please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.